Hi, thanks everyone for joining our webinar. We're going to give another minute for people to log in and then we will officially start. Oh. All right, sorry, because I know some just joined. We're just going to wait about 30 more seconds before we officially start our webinar. Okay, perfect. Let's get started since everyone got joined here. So again, real quick, my name's Kevin Carr, president of MasterGraphics. I just want to welcome you to our webinar today. Today we're excited to highlight some Matterport 3D scanning technology that we've brought on recently that we're excited about. So we have Terry from MasterGraphics, Remi from Matterport, and Jason from D3 Technologies here to present some of the latest and greatest things happening in the market. So real quick, I want to go over the agenda before I turn it over to the panelists. I'll turn it over to Terry Frisk from MasterGraphics, who's in our Experience Center. He'll do a quick welcome, brief introduction of what we're going to go over. Then he'll turn it over to Matterport, to Remi LeRoy and Keith Cox, who will give some overview of Matterport's technology and software integration. And then he'll also talk about, Remi will talk about some plugins. And then we're excited to have Jason from D3 Technologies, one of our partners around Autodesk, who will actually talk about some integration with Autodesk. So we're really excited about the overall workflow. And then at the end, we'll answer any questions you have. So all attendees are muted, but if you can find a little chat box in the Zoom webinar, throw in any questions, and after Jason's presentation, I will go through those questions. So last thing, we have about 45 minutes scheduled of presentations, and then we'll again answer those questions and hopefully get you ready for lunch. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Terry, and he's going to take it from there.
Thanks, Kevin. Good morning, everybody. And yeah, thanks, Kevin said, for taking the time out. I know everybody's busy to join us for a technology webinar. Like I said, excited to have Matterport, one of our technology vendors, with us, and then Team D3, one of our software partners. So why Matterport? I guess that question's asked is not only are we excited about the technology, but the platform they provide and where they're going as a technology leader. And you'll see that today in today's presentation. But before I get into that, I just wanted to take a minute just to invite you to a virtual customer experience center here. So MasterGraphics is, certainly into 3D scanning, but also traditional wide format 3D printing, and your wide format HP printing, and the 3D printing from HP. So we're still your Midwest leader in those markets. So looking forward to having those conversations with you as well. So love to have you out to the customer experience center someday. So, but as we talk today about Matterport, again, the excitement about what you can get into a system like this, and some of the items that we show here in the bundle. You get a scanner, your tripod, a backpack, carrying case, charger, a dolly, at an entry point for under $8,000. So you'll be pretty impressed with the technology, and again, hope the opportunity to share more with you as you learn more about the technology today. With that, I'm going to turn it back to Remi and Keith from Matterport. So again, thanks again for taking some time with us today. Have a great day.
Thank you very much, Terry, and hello and welcome to everybody. My name is Remi LeRoy. I work at Matterport, and I'm very excited to be collaborating with MasterGraphics and D3 on this presentation. So what I want to do today with you is to give you an introduction to Matterport solutions and give you an idea of the art of the possible with Matterport. The idea here is not to go into too much detail, but to review the Matterport solution and everything that you can offer to your customers and or that you can work with in your own organization. So we're first going to start by looking at a quick video that's going to give you a great idea about what Matterport is about.
Meet Matterport, the market-leading 3D platform that lets anyone turn a physical space into an immersive digital twin. Homes, offices, factories, shops, museums, schools, you name it. Scans are captured from any compatible camera, including the phone in your pocket. This recent innovation is only possible because of Matterport's huge data library. And behind it all is Cortex, our powerful AI and deep learning neural network that automatically stitches together images to construct dimensionally accurate 3D models. Once a digital twin is created, it can be customized with matter tags, labels, and guided tours, and easily shared with anyone on any device. They can virtually view, collaborate, and engage with 3D spaces. Thousands of companies in over 150 countries use Matterport and have realized unparalleled value. Millions of spaces of every kind have been captured, comprising billions of square feet and 3D data points, resulting in the largest spatial data library in the world. And it gets bigger every day, allowing customers across the property lifecycle to unlock unprecedented spatial data insights and analytics. Matterport has been digitizing the built world for a decade. Now, we're massively scaling towards achieving our mission of making every building and every space more valuable and accessible.
So there you have it. Matterport allows you to transform any existing building into a digital twin. And to do that, you have access to a variety of camera. And what camera you're going to choose will depend on the size of the property. It will depend on the accuracy that you need. But what Terry showed you earlier was the Pro 3, which is the latest Matterport camera. And it's the camera that is the best on the market to create digital twin at the moment. It's the first LiDAR camera that Matterport has released, and it allows to scan indoor, outdoor, and to scan massive spaces. The next thing that I want to do is show you a very quick video to explain to you how easy it is to scan with Matterport. So what you see here is the Pro 2. So it's the older sister of the Pro 3 that Terry showed you earlier. But I'm not really it's not really about the camera, but it's about how easy it is to get a digital twin. So let's have a look.
By you or a team. This is the Matterport Pro 2 camera, the gold standard for professional 3D capture. First, place the camera on a tripod and press the on button in the back to turn your camera on. Use an iOS or Android device to take control of your camera. Go to Settings, Wi-Fi, and find your camera Wi-Fi. To start scanning, use the Matterport Capture app. Press the Scan button to take your first scan point. You can turn around the camera or hide in another room in order to not appear on the scan. The layout of the room you are scanning will appear on your tablet. Just continue scanning, one scan point at a time. Move the camera every 2 to 3 meters. After each scan point, until you have the whole floor plan on your tablet. On average, it takes 20 to 30 minutes to scan 100 meters squared, depending on the nature of the space. When you have finished scanning, simply click on Upload, and we will take it from there. Following your scan, we will create by you or a team.
So again, you can choose which tool works best for you, but the way to scan, as you can see, is very easy, and it is exactly the same no matter what camera you're using. So anybody can scan with Matterport. You don't need to have a special training. You don't need to have a special degree to understand how to scan with Matterport. And everybody at MasterGraphics will be able to support you in using Matterport. One thing that you might be familiar with is survey grade scanners. So as I said, the Pro 3 is the first LiDAR camera that we have released on the market, and there are other LiDAR cameras out there, but we are not competing with those cameras. But to help you understand where we are in the market compared to those hardware is, let's do a comparison with a normal family car to a race car. You're not going to win a race with a family car, and you're not going to go grocery shopping with a race car. So the idea is to use the right tool for the right thing that you need to achieve. So when it comes to extreme precision, this is where you might want to have survey grade scanners like Faro or Trimble. But when it comes to, and this is what is representing here in this infographics, when it comes to very precise tasks, and we think we consider it's about 5 to 10% of the use cases out there when you absolutely need a very good precision. When you're going to start positioning a building, for example, if you want to see if the floor is level, this is where you're going to need very accurate hardware. But everything else, and that's about 90 to 95% of the use cases, this is where the Matterport can be a great ally, because this is where you're going to really understand the building that you're working with. You're going to see how easy it is to communicate and to collaborate with other people directly inside a digital twin. And once you have the digital twin, where you can actually start building a documentation about not only with what the space looks like, but also add information to that building to make it even richer. So this is what Matterport is about. First, we collect data with the hardware. We're going to move through the building, doing scan points, and we're going to collect data. This data will then be integrated, ingested by our artificial intelligence Cortex. And from that, we're going to be able to create a digital twin that will help you and your customers be more efficient in their day-to-day activity, to improve their workflows. So let's have a look live at what the Matterport platform looks like. So here is an example of a Matterport model. I'm just going to click on Edit to show you what we can do to customize the model. So the first thing I want to show you is tags. So we can add different tags like you see here with some information. So it's a little colored dot where we can add some information about anything inside the property. So obviously what I'm going to show you now is going to be an example. I'm going to actually go towards the kitchen, and let's create a matter tag live. So I'm going to stay here. I'm going to click on matter tag. I'm going to click on plus, and I'm going to place a matter tag on the coffee machine. Now, what I'm going to do now is going to create a silly example, but what I want you to do is think of what's possible. You can add anything in a matter tag. You can add training videos. You can add promotion. You can add a link to another website. So it's just a way to enrich the model in a very fun and exciting way. So if I click on the matter tag right here, and I say, I'm going to put a title, then I'm going to put a description. And then I'm going to, let's say I want to make a cappuccino. I'm going to go to YouTube and I'm going to put cappuccino. And then I'm going to try to find a video. This one looks good.
How to make a regular cappuccino.
That one looks good. So I'm gonna click on this link.
How to make a regular cappuccino. First grind.
And then I'm gonna go back to the space, link the video like this. And then I can change
How to make a regular cappuccino. First grind.
I'm gonna change the color of the little matter tag if I want. Let's do it in sunflower. And I'm gonna, because it's a coffee, I'm gonna use a mug like this. So I can add keywords as well if I need to, but I'm just gonna click on save, and that created the little matter tag with the video.
How to make a regular cappuccino.
That you see here. So as I mentioned, this is a silly example, but you can really customize your model and enrich your models in a great way. So whether you're working with real estate, with construction companies, with facility management, you can really enrich your Matterport digital twin. The other example that I want to show you is this option that you see here called Notes. So this is a great tool that we have where we can collaborate inside a Matterport model directly with our colleagues and collaborators. So let's imagine that this light is no longer working or is flickering. What I can do is very simply click on the plus, place the note button right here, and then write to my colleague. Let's write to Stuart. Oops. Let's go back to where we were. Side apologies. There. So let's write to about this slide. Let's ask my colleague Stuart to can you please fix the light? And then what this is going to do is it's going to send an email to Stuart asking him to click on the link. The link will take Stuart directly in this exact location, and he will be able to see that there is a problem with the light and that it needs fixing. So by doing so, without moving from my office, I've literally just asked the collaborator to do a task directly in a precise location. When Stuart has done the task, he can reply and add a picture of the fixed light or a little video, or just write it's done. And once he's done that, he can click on mark as resolved, and the task has been resolved automatically. And all of this is kept in the background. So this is two examples of a way you can collaborate inside a digital twin. Getting a digital twin, you've seen in the video, it's easy. It's really easy to get the digital twin with the camera, with a tablet. You can very quickly get your digital twin. But what you do with it, this is where the beauty is. How you're able to collaborate with other people, how to make decisions without having to travel. And this is where Matterport is a great value, because you're going to be able to make decisions, to collaborate with other people without spending money, spending time traveling in location to make decisions. The other elements that I want to show you is you can customize your models to promote. So you have here, for example, the business card. So I've put Terry's picture. Sorry, Terry, I didn't ask your permission for the picture before, but I've put Terry's picture right here. So it pops out what a great way to get in touch with more customers when you're advertising a space online. I've also put a little another plugin that we have, which is Quick Link. So we have a logo and a link to MasterGraphics website. So all of this and a lot more is possible to do with Matterport. What you see here are all the options that are available and where you can customize and play with on the Matterport platform. The last thing I want to show you is how easy it is to share it. You have a share button right here. So you have different levels of privacy, and you have different links to allow you to share either as a URL link or as an iframe to send to the webmaster. And you have different levels of privacy. Again, I don't want to go into too much detail because first of all, the people at MasterGraphics are experts with Matterport, so they'll be the best people to help you start using Matterport, but also because I want to have enough time to show you the rest of the presentation. So let's go back to this deck, and we're going to continue. Recently, we had a winter release, so we had a lot of new elements coming out on the Matterport platform. And this is the great thing about Matterport, is that it's an ever-evolving platform. We are always creating new stuff. We are always creating new tools. So when you start working with Matterport, you might use certain tools at moment A, but moment B in the future, you're going to have other tools to play with. So we're going to see what has been released in the winter release. Just an FYI, it is mentioned in the video, but the last element that is mentioned is a project that is going to come out in the autumn release. So it's called Project Genesis. We are very excited about it, but it's only going to be available. It's not available yet. It's going to be available towards the end of the year. So let's go ahead and click on play.
Matterport, RJ Pittman.
Hi, everyone. I'm really excited to share the details of just how we're automating the future of the built world. Last year, we previewed Property Intelligence, a new collection of insight-driven features that unlock powerful new capabilities for your digital twin and enhance many of the existing ones. This year, we are doubling down on Property Intelligence, fueled by advancements in artificial intelligence and automation. Our first new feature highlights the power of automation to enhance spatial understanding. Our floor plan view has been updated to automatically display accurate dimensions of every room, including ceiling heights, to help you quickly understand the scale of a space. This provides hundreds of measurements in an instant, while still allowing you to use measurement mode to measure anything in the space by hand. Property Layout automatically traces the floor plan for every floor in the building and labels the room names. It also enables simple adjustments for relocating walls, doors, or windows. What's more, all of the work done in Property Layout is instantly added to our new interactive property report, which includes a complete analysis by room, floor, and total space that can also be seamlessly imported into MLS and marketing materials like a property listing flyer. Next, we're excited to launch new plugins for our millions of monthly visitors that make navigating and connecting in Matterport 3D spaces easier and more helpful than ever. With Business Card and Quick Link, you can now communicate directly with agents or property and facilities managers to gain access to more property information quickly. And our new Compass and Minimap plugins help you navigate large spaces like golf courses and busy construction sites with ease and precision. With so many extra large indoor and outdoor spaces being captured today with our flagship Pro 3 camera, the time for better onboard navigation has come. We think you're going to love these elegant features, seamlessly integrated into Matterport's immersive 3D experience. Speaking of large spaces, we also have an incredible set of partner integrations that bring the Matterport 3D experience directly into their native software platforms. For facilities managers, our AWS IoT TwinMaker integration channels real-time environmental and equipment performance data from the facility directly into your digital twin. This allows you to inspect the health of floor operations and predict and prevent issues before they arise, from anywhere in the world using just your TwinMaker-enabled digital twin. This is revolutionizing facilities management, especially for large global companies requiring accurate, on-the-floor data be available to any team, anytime, from anywhere. For design and construction managers, our Procore and Autodesk integrations provide precision, high-fidelity 3D inspections and visual documentation, now seamlessly integrated into the world's most popular design and construction software. We're also introducing Matterport CAD File, which converts Matterport digital twin point clouds into a 2D as-built drawing of any space. With Matterport CAD File, teams no longer need to take measurements or create their own CAD drawings from scratch, so you can jumpstart a build-out or remodel in just days, not weeks. And when it comes to remodeling, we are especially excited to talk about the future. Matterport has become synonymous with digitizing and documenting physical spaces exactly as they exist today. But later in 2024, Matterport will enable you to reimagine what any space could become. We call it Project Genesis, and it incorporates Matterport's decade of machine learning and AI experience with breakthrough generative AI to bring new design and furnishing ideas to life at the click of a button. First, just imagine being able to instantly defurnish an existing space to see it as a blank canvas with all the dimensions and spatial data in place. A photorealistic 3D as-built digital twin. Or maybe you'd like to be more selective and remove unwanted objects individually, perhaps to clear out the clutter. Ultimately, spatial visualization is Matterport's greatest strength, which is why we're so focused on creating breakthrough tools to let you visualize your space with different interior design styles and furnishings automatically in true 3D. With our 2024 winter release, we're thrilled to unveil the next generation of digital twins, packed with fresh insights, automations, integrations, and plugins, with more on the way in our next release coming in the second half of the year.
Matterport, RJ Pittman.
Hi, everyone.
All right, so I hope those videos gave you a good understanding of what is possible and what's to come, what is possible right now and what is to come with Matterport. I now want to kind of recap what is possible. As you could see, Matterport can be used in a lot of different industries for a lot of different purposes. So when we're talking about designing a building or see what is this of refurbishing a building and see what is the state of it, well, we're going to be able to have create condition survey. We're going to be able to do risk assessment. We're going to be able to extract all the information of the existing building into a third-party design software in order to start the design process. We also have access to Matterport BIM file, which I'm going to talk to you in a minute. Then once we have the design is done and we have the construction, we need to start the construction where we can use Matterport to see on-site projects, the evolution of the construction site and how it progresses. We can imagine that sometimes people that are working for the construction of a building, they're not necessarily nearby, but they do want to have access to the progress on the construction site. And Matterport is a great tool for that. It's great also to manage issue coordination. So when an issue rises up, we are able to quickly see it and tag it, and then remove the issue. You're also documenting the entire construction. So for insurance purposes, you can go back in time and see what has been done and what was laid out underneath the wallpaper and the wall. So all this information is extremely valuable. Once the building is built, you now have a solution for facility management to operate the building. You can add a lot of different elements to your digital twin to control your building and to gather information. So this is a great way to use Matterport for facility management purposes. And finally, this is really where we started, where Matterport started. It is a bit of our bread and butter, is to promote the space. When you're able to showcase the spaces online, your customers are able to see it without having to come to the location. And it doesn't mean that the customer won't come to the space, but people now are changing. People are online more than ever, and they want to understand where they're going to sleep, where they're going to work, where they're going to play, where they're going to buy. So having a better online presence, specifically with the Matterport digital twin, is becoming a must for a lot of companies that welcome the public in their space. Those slides will be shared with you, so you'll be able to read through the case studies, but Gilbane, H.H. Angus, and Swinnerton are three companies that have trusted Matterport and have started using Matterport, and they have saved thousands of hours in project work and eliminated a lot of visits which translated into a lot of time saved and a lot of costs being saved. Obviously, this is because they are now with Matterport able to make decisions without having to spend hours in the location. A simple scan, a regular scan done in the location by one person, and the entire space is accessible by unlimited amount of people and from their office and their computers. So in the interest of time, I will share those slides and share those case studies so you can have a look and read through them. But those are really great ways to see in action what Matterport is about. And it's also about sustainability. Now, more and more companies nowadays are trying to reduce their carbon footprint. And obviously, when you think about it, if you are not traveling on location as often, and if you are saving time in your car on a flight where you are saving carbon footprint. So a lot of companies nowadays have a gap, have a goal in carbon footprint reduction. They are always looking for ways to reduce their impact, their environmental impact. So this is a great way as well to help them do that. Now we're going to talk about add-ons. Everything that you've seen so far is pretty much part of the Matterport platform, but there are other elements that you can get with Matterport, and we call them add-ons. So add-ons are a series of files that you can order and download. We have point clouds that you can integrate directly into a third-party design software like Matterpack and E57. You can also order the CAD file directly from Matterport. And finally, you can order, if necessary, the BIM file. So for all those companies working in construction and working in collaboration with other companies that use BIM, well, you'll be able to download all of that from Matterport, saving a huge amount of time. You don't have to spend lots of time creating those files. You'll be able to order them straight away from the Matterport platform. And it's very easy to integrate all of this into your workflow. So the whole process is as simple as you see on the screen. You capture the as-built condition, you capture the space, then you can extract all the necessary information that you need thanks to the BIM file or the E57 or the point clouds or the CAD file. And then you're left with a powerful building documents that give you a lot of information about the building that you scanned. So the Matterpack is a series of downloadable assets that you will, so it's basically a point cloud in XYZ that you're going to be able to integrate into third-party software. And it's a lighter version. If we compare it to the Matterpack that you see here, the Matterpack is the whole density that is offered by the Pro 3 camera. We give you everything with the E57, and it's a very dense point cloud. The Matterpack is basically a lighter version of this point cloud, so you can more easily play with it if you don't have the computer that allows you to deal with big point clouds like the E57. The Matterpack can be a solution. And of course, we have, as I mentioned, the BIM file. One important information is that we are LOD 200. So every BIM file comes with a level of development to basically consider the level of precision that you're going to have in the design. And our Matterport BIM file is LOD 200. So if this is enough for you or your customers, this is a very great way to very quickly get the BIM file for your customers. And you have several options. You can have a very simple BIM file with just the basics, just the architecture, the base building, walls and structure. And then you can add, if necessary, if you want, you can add the interior furniture as well. And finally, if you have that information, you can add the electrical and plumbing ducts, conduits, pipes, etc. So you can choose the level of detail you want from your BIM file. Now we're going to talk about integrations. So with Matterport, you are able to integrate, thanks to the add-ons that we just saw, to a multitude of solutions and partners. So some of them you may be working with, some of them you recognize. The idea is that there's different ways to integrate with Matterport. With Revit, for example, we have a plugin that Jason from D3 is going to show you a little bit later how it works. And then with companies like SketchUp, for example, we're going to use the E57 or the Matter Pack to integrate into SketchUp. So I'm gonna move on this slide because Jason is going to do a demo, but the idea is that we have a Revit plugin that we can integrate directly Matterport from Revit, but Jason is going to come back on this. What I want to talk about is Autodesk Construction Cloud. If you're not familiar, or if you are not working with Autodesk, Autodesk Construction Cloud is a platform that allows you to generate RFIs at a specific location, and with Matterport on top of having the information of the information that needs to be taken care of, you have the great visibility. So before you didn't have the digital twin, so you could have pictures and you could have maybe a video, but now with the Matterport you can integrate directly Matterport from Autodesk Construction Cloud and show where exactly in the space there is a mistake, what this mistake is, what needs to happen to change it. So we are saving a lot of time and a lot of money to construction companies. Finally, I want to go a little bit further with platform partners. So this is something that in the video where our CEO, RJ Pittman, was talking, they started mentioning a little bits of information about platform partners. Matterport is an amazing company with a lot of big brains that are creating a lot of great stuff. But obviously there are great brains everywhere, and we, a little bit like Apple gave access to their technology for people to create apps and other solutions, Matterport has done the same. We gave access to our technology to certain companies that have created amazing solutions on top of Matterport. So this is just on top of everything that I've just shown you today, there are other solutions, other things that can be created on top, and thanks to the help of our platform partners. So something like this, for example, we are using IoT devices to gather real live data from a space. And this is what makes a true digital twin, because not only you have a visual and 3D data of what the space looks like, but in this case, you also have live knowledge of the digital twin. And with IoT devices. So what's the pressure? What's the temperature? How much consumption is being consumed? How much electricity is consumed in this particular room? All of that, with the help of IoT devices, is now available to integrate into a digital twin. So you really can, from your office, control the entire space with the help of those IoT devices. So we're going to see now an example of this solution with a platform partner called SimLab. So I'm going to play the video, and you're going to be able to see what they can do. So it's just music. So I want to comment on it to explain to you what you're seeing. So basically, IoT devices can be integrated into and control anything. It can be the live electricity consumption. It can turn on lights and plugs in every room. And the idea here is that we are going to link those IoT devices directly in the property, and we will be able to control the entire space. And then from the digital twin, we can control the temperature, we can control the light, we can control the water, we can control basically everything inside the property, and make sure that everything is running smoothly. If you have an error message, you can deal with it, and you can basically add a lot of information as well on the digital. So all of this is based on a Matterport model, and it really helps you control your property. This particular example is shown in a house, but you can imagine it can work in a factory, it can work in a hotel, it can work in any space. We can gather a lot of information and make the space more intelligent. So that's the first solution that I wanted to show you. And the second solution is another platform partner called Treedis, and they are basically creating extra layers on top of the digital twins. So they are creating, for example, a mini map to help find the building somewhere. They can add different elements. They can link to a map. They can change the way the meta tags look. They can integrate part of the website. They can add avatar, like you see this lady. They can add specific avatar. So they have a variety of solutions that they can offer. And again, this is something that you can speak with MasterGraphics. They will help you if you have a need for something like this for you or for one of your customers. MasterGraphics are the best people to help you develop that solution. They are all, as you can see here, you also can gather information on the people, where are the people staying, looking at whether when they're visiting a Matterport digital twin, what are they looking at? We have heat maps. A lot of information like this is available, and much more. So I'm gonna pause it here, and I'm gonna move on to my last slide. I want to thank you all for listening to me. Thank you very much. And I'm now going to pass it on to Jason, who's going to explain to you how to take the data from Matterport and to integrate it into a 3D software. Thank you very much, everybody. Jason, it's up to you now.
All right, thank you, Remy. Let me share my screen here. Bear with me one moment. Oops. Which screen am I sharing? That's not the right one. Bear with me, I apologize. Thought it went to the correct one. This one. Can you see this screen?
Yep.
You can. Okay, good. Apologize there. All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Jason Dillbeck. I'm a technology specialist at Team D3. Let me pause here one moment. I got a little ahead of myself. If you're not familiar with who Team D3 is, we are a global digital delivery and operations management consulting firm, creating and providing solutions and services for the AECO, manufacturing, and power and process industries. As the largest Autodesk and Esri business systems integrator in the world, we combine homegrown and global resources to empower our clients to work smarter by ensuring you have access to the expertise and technology you need to improve your performance and sustainability. And we are also pleased to have a great working partnership with MasterGraphics as well. I'm here to demonstrate how easily we can combine or use the Matterport data within the Autodesk Revit product. First, we'll download and convert the point cloud data directly into Revit. With this simple plugin, we can seamlessly import Matterport BIM assets and convert Matterport 3D data, including point clouds like the E57 and XYZ files he mentioned, bringing them into a recap and Revit compatible projects. After the conversion and download, we'll save the recap file locally for quicker response within the product. Now, inside of Revit, we can view the point cloud information from any view, floor by floor, elevations, sections, and of course in any 3D views as needed. Additionally, different color modes can be used to view the point cloud data like RGB, intensity, elevation, and so on. By eliminating the need to manually measure distances in the field, we now have all of that information at our fingertips within the model. Check for wall lengths, opening sizes, and clearances by simply locking onto the points themselves for accurate values from the scanned information. With that information at hand, we can now create the 3D models from those points. Walls, doors, windows, and even furniture can be created by snapping locations with confidence. Additionally, at any point, the point cloud can be hidden or turned off within the view for clear visibility of our model. By creating a camera view, we can get a compelling view of our model and the point cloud together. These can be used for presentation purposes or applied to sheets as part of the construction or as-built set of drawings. Splitting the screen into multiple views or dragging views into additional monitors can give us a better picture of our overall project and eliminate any missed elements. I hope I've demonstrated the ease and use and functionality for using Matterport data within the Autodesk Revit product. Please let Team D3 know if we can assist you with any aggregating of your Autodesk products and point cloud data. I'll go ahead and hand this back over to Kevin for Q&A.
Perfect. Thanks, Jason. Again, we're excited to have D3 as a short demo, but they're the Autodesk experts along with some other, skill sets they have. So as you're integrating and you need to understand how to leverage technology, make sure you reach out to D3. So I'll go through just the questions and answers. Again, thanks for both presenters or all three presenters for doing a great job. This came from Peter. He's at a construction company, and I think this is for you, Remi. Does the camera have any sensory capabilities to detect things such as underground pipes, etc.?
So no, the camera itself, the Pro 3 itself, does not have a sensor to see through walls. However, this is typically where we would use the camera at different moment in time in the construction process. And then we can very easily link the models together. So we can see when the walls are coming up and when the conduits and pipes are coming up. So we're going to do several scans at different time in different time in the construction process. And then we'll be able to link those elements. So we can go back in time. We don't necessarily need to see through the walls, but we can go back in time. However, if it's a new build and you're scanning it for the first time, the Pro 3 will not be able to see through the walls.
Perfect. Then another question that was coming up during your presentation, Lisa, from an architecture firm. How long does it take to get a digital twin?
So the time it's going to take to do the scanning is going to depend on the size of the property. So usually we say 30 minutes for 1,000 square feet. But it will also depend on how busy the space is. So if you're scanning a big warehouse where there's nothing inside, you're going to be able to go very quickly through moving the scan points every 6 feet. You're going to be able to go very quickly through the entire space. However, if you're scanning, for example, a big hotel with lots of walls and furniture, you're going to need to move around the space. So it depends on a few factors, but generally on a dense space, we're going to say 30 minutes for 1,000 square feet. And then the processing of the data, because that's the second part. Once we've scanned the property, we're going to ask Cortex, the artificial intelligence, to process the model. And that, again, is going to depend on the size of the property. It can be done in 2 hours, but if you're scanning a huge arena or a huge hotel with several floors or a mall, obviously that's going to take longer. It can take up to 24 hours to get the digital twin back after scanning.
Yeah, we get that question a lot, as you can imagine, Remi, is just like how long it takes. And again, part of our process in working with clients that are looking at this, make sure they got a good understanding of scanning the ways to do it, and then of course managing the files afterwards. I'll jump to you, Jason, just to get a question to you that came up during yours is can these recap point cloud files be stored in Autodesk Construction Cloud?
Yes, yes. With the free Autodesk desktop connector add-in the product, you'll be able to have a folder locally that syncs up with the ACC cloud-based projects easily.
Perfect. And I think Remi had talked a little bit about that earlier. And then one that just came in, Terry, maybe there'd be more for you to answer is, can we get an on-site demo? I assume that's not on for the Autodesk software, but Terry, you want to kind of answer that question about if we do on-site demos or anything like that? Oh, you're muted. Sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to come out and meet with you in person and look at the project, what you have on hand, and show you the technology and see where it fits. So depending on location and time, but yeah, we can get the contact info there or share mine again. We can follow up and set that up.
Perfect. Yeah, we definitely see that as being, it's great to be able to see the ease of use and just the advances there. And then this, Remi, this go back to you. It's from Zach, but not our Zach here. Where can I order add-ons like floor plans, E57, BIM files?
Yeah, very good question. So it's going to be directly on the Matterport platform. So all add-ons and all plugins, once you are connected to your space, you have an add-on section, and from there you can order your matter packs, your E57, your floor plans, your BIM file, your CAD file, all of that. So some of them you get them fairly quickly, like the floor plan. It can be done in 3 hours. Other add-ons need a little bit more time, but all of it is you can order directly on your Matterport platform. So it's the great thing about Matterport is that it's a one platform for everything you need for promoting a space to extract 3D data. All of that is available in the Matterport platform.
Yeah, and I might add that that's the beauty of the Matterport platform is it's a subscription based, right? So you get your base projects and scan setups, and then you can order additional services if you need, and some of the bundles come with and include that. So it's all subscription based, and we can talk in more detail about that. But it's a great, I think it's an ingenious platform, and not having to have that expertise on staff that's what Matterport provides. So behind the scenes.
Perfect. So with that, I think we're coming up to our time and wrap. We did a good job. That's all the questions I had. There's only, how long does it take to get a model back after uploading? Probably for you, Remi, again.
Yeah, so Cortex is gonna take over once we upload the model, and that will depend on the size of the model. So typically, if we're talking about a 1,000 square feet property, it's gonna take about 2 hours for the digital twin to be ready. And if we're talking about a 50,000 square feet property, it's going to be more about 12 hours. So it's an artificial intelligence. So it doesn't sleep, it doesn't eat, it doesn't take breaks. It really depends on the size of the property, and the bigger the property, the longer it's going to take. But generally speaking, every model is processed under 24 hours.
Perfect. Yeah, with that, any panelists, anything else that you want to add before I wrap it up? We're good. So again, thank you, Jason from D3 and Remi from Matterport for joining us. Like I said, Terry's information is up there. But again, we can point you to Jason if you didn't grab his information at the beginning, if you need some help on Autodesk or some other platforms with that. But we appreciate everyone joining us. We'll send a follow-up email with the information Remi said he would send out. And then, of course, you know what, we'll include your information, Jason, and all those attendees. So with that, I hope everyone has a great rest of the day Tuesday. And again, thank you guys for being such amazing partners. And thank you for all of our clients and partners who attended. So wish everyone a great Tuesday.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, thanks.